morning, my neighbors. I can sleep. The chickens are up early and I got to eat. I stay woke. I stay woke. I stay up. I stay woke. I am up. I stay up. I don't sleep. I stay woke. I stay woke. I stay woke. For the culture, motherfucker.
That's what's up, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to make sure you're doing the right things because you got shit to do and you got shit to lose. It's another episode of Stay Woke, which is unfriendly neighborhood villains. I'm JB.
I'm Julie.
And Danny somewhere, I don't know. He's saying
Danny shows up when he wants to show up.
He definitely shows up when he either, I think it's like a judge's request. You got to do Stay Woke like once a month. Then he shows up. What's popping though?
Nothing. You know, I'm feeling that new, I guess not that new anymore, but the most recent Travis Scott album.
You are feeling it?
Yeah, I am. I like it. I think I think that, like, first of all, I think the name of the album is really funny.
Birds in the Trap
sing Brian McKnight. Shout outs Brian McKnight. Wasn't he also like a wife beater? Isn't that like
I don't know anything about what
made Brian McKnight famous?
Brian McKnight is an amazing R&B.
Oh my God, you just bob and weave that. Okay, yeah.
Not really don't though.
But
I assume anytime a black person reaches a certain status, we can say wife beater or something. It's like,
no,
it's
I know this.
Course.
I know this from my African boyfriend and his African mother who saw Brian McKnight in an airport
beating somebody,
and he was wearing sandals, and my boyfriend's mom was like, oh, "Of course he would. He's a wife beater."
Wow.
So
I don't know.
This comes from Kenya. This doesn't even come from me.
You can definitely trust reliable information from Kenya. I don't know. I've never heard of him beating any wives up.
He looks like he would though. I feel like all those like smooth crooners.
This is exactly what's wrong with the media, yo. Like we just fit the criteria. Keep talking about him being a super predator.
No, I mean, you know, that like smooth, not even just like, it's not even Super Predators, but it's like him or like Terrence Howard. They give me the same vibe of like that, like smiley, like I'm trying to think of other like
black
chubby.
Black men can't attain any kind of success.
Any like chubby, but any man with like a chubby face and a big smile like that, like Cheshire Cat style, I don't trust. That reeks of domestic violence. But the album is great. I love the song where everybody's like, where he just talks about white girls as cocaine or white people as cocaine, where he's like, I'm on that Justin Bieber. I'm on that Christina Aguilera.
Rap is dead, y'all.
What? That song is great. But you know, I actually do think that rap is taking a lot of influence.
No,
it's taking a lot of influences from like pop punk. Like I was having this conversation. If you look at like Uzi or even Yachty,
like the only reference point to that is Uzi. So it's like when you look at Uzi, it's the obvious. Name other ones.
I mean, I would say the same thing for Yachty. Honestly, like a lot of them have this very like punk mentality.
Which is good. DIY is always good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it was really just a matter of time before it became pop punk in the rap world.
I've been told through my hidden earphones, my earpiece, you can't see. That Joey Badass cut his hair. I don't know if you guys give a fuck, but I just was told to tell you guys that Joey Badass cut his hair. He's following in The Weeknd's footsteps. Speaking of The Weeknd, how do you feel about the new grooves? Are you in the album cycle mode? Are you?
I don't even know why you mentioned Joey Badass if you yourself just walked all over your own breaking news.
That was a joke.
Get this invisible earpiece out of your ear. Weeknd, another person with a chubby face who kind of looks like domestic violence.
Another person that's of black descent that is successful.
No, you know what it is? It has nothing to do with being black. It has to do with being an ex-fatty. Ex-fatties, like, because every time I listen to the Weeknd song, I'm like, you're a guy who never got laid in high school because you're chubby and you got famous and now you're just mad. Like, now you just kind of hate women. I just watched his most recent music video, the one where like he like, you know, is robbing whatever, like robbing a bank or whatever, and has all the money in the van and like has that like
money in the what?
Van.
I thought she said money in the butt.
Money.
This is her talking uninterrupted.
Money. He has all this. He has a lot of money. I mean, he probably does. But you know, he has that like super wafy girl with him that he's just like dragging around into vans.
I haven't seen this video, so keep going.
Well, I mean, it's first of all, it's fucking long. It's like 6 minutes, and it's just, you know, it's like the music, and then the music stops, and there's like, you know, it's very like Michael Jackson-y, except not Michael Jackson, where the music videos are also like mini films, you know? So like the music stops and then like the scene progresses and then the music starts up again and then the scene progresses. But it's like, it's very dramatic. I actually don't really fuck with the song that much. But all I can think is The Weeknd has a type, and that type is the same type that like serial killers have, of like wafy,
So The
brown
Weeknd
haired
apparently on
white
on
girls.
this show, we've discovered that per this white woman, this co-host, that The Weeknd is a woman beater and possible serial killer.
I didn't say either of those things. I said The Weeknd has a face of an ex-fat guy that looks like he hates women. That looks like he's not over being rejected from the prom every year. I'm just saying. You just can't trust. You can't trust a famous man with a fat face. That's all I'm saying. Al Roker too. Just saying.
Speaking of The Weeknd and faces you can't trust, how about faces that you can trust, like Nate Parker's face? How come you guys aren't trusting his face at the box office? What's going on?
That was ridiculous.
No, it was not ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
What was ridiculous was money in the butt. Please, guys, rewind this thing over and listen to her talk straight down. But I'm not gonna harp on it, man. I'm gonna see this movie, and I'm ashamed of myself that I haven't seen it already. But you were saying that people say it sucks.
Yeah, people are saying it's really whack. The MTV film critic just did a really interesting article about it, saying that like basically saying people just want it to be good because it's like a slave movie, and that's like the only thing that if you're black you can get an Oscar doing, and that in itself is really whack. Like,
is this a black writer or
I don't know?
Because I mean, if let's just say that he's getting hated on by higher powers, then you would assume that, you know, it would be on multiple levels as far as all aspects, from the movie not doing well at the box office to the reviews that we read on the movie and the reviews that light is brought toward.
Well, I think that the actual movie, though, people have kind of been like, well, this isn't really different or special. It's like really, really violent, but the actual revolt isn't even part of the movie. Like that part is kind of glossed over. So it's just very like a lot of blood and a lot of like, you know, like torture scenes and shit like that. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that's
torture
cool.
Scenes of black people getting tortured as slaves, or the revolt of the slaves revolting and torturing white people?
No, of black people getting tortured. And that's the thing. That's the other thing, is it's like the entire revolt part is kind of glossed over. Like it's very like the scenes of like the actual revolt, it kind of like cuts away at the like actual killing. And so it's, I don't know, to me it's from the review, and I haven't seen it, but from the review said it was very tropey. It was very like, this is what you do in a slave movie, and that's kind of whack.
Sounds like it's written by a white person. Not that you can't be of a different race and write about the plight of the oppressed race. Weird, but apparently you can. But like I said, we don't.
I mean, I
trust
a film critic slightly more than I trust you, who has, or me, who have never seen the movie.
I haven't seen the movie. Yeah, no. So I was gonna say that I'm gonna actually go and see it and formulate my own opinion. Back to faces you can trust. This Halloween, I think I'm gonna be participating for the young kids in the neighborhood, and I'm gonna be dressed up as Woody Allen, playing only Woody Allen films, and giving you guys an assortment of sweet, sugary treats.
You're actually, that would be such a killer outfit if you were Woody Allen.
If I could pull it off,
you would have to be way more nervous and way more like mild mannered.
Kind of have to be kind of those fit the description of a pedophile. I've kind of got a little pedophilia in my blood.
How would you? You really have to commit to the what you like. You have to wear like slacks
jittery.
and
I probably have to do a bunch of uppers and then maybe a downer to just split the difference, and just, I don't know, be really fidgety and just like, talk to the little girls that come to the door.
I'd be careful with getting too much into character with that. You know, you still have to live there.
Yeah. Do we have a jam that we want to play? Is there anything that you might be feeling? How about some Solange? No. I've got this Gucci Snake record from Tiger, or A Million Reasons from Lady Gaga.
Oh, stop it.
I agree. I go with other reasons. Give me one good reason to let that song keep playing, huh?
Oh my God.
Can you give me one good reason?
You're so slimy.
What's me or the song?
Well, I feel bad for Gaga for being, because that's a desperate ploy.
What's so desperate about
the country route is a desperate ploy.
I mean, she's already went jazz with Tony Bennett, like adult contemporary elevator jazz.
Yeah, that's the craziest shit. Is she is fucking. She is just blindly searching. You know, if you do jazz and then you do like a country acoustic, and you're like, who? What are you? You're referencing. Your references are just people who have made a good album, who have made a successful album. What kind of reference is that?
Damn, maybe she might just be. Maybe she might be displaying just some of the facets of her talents, and maybe she's highly influenced by, the
Dolly Parton.
Well, in this case, Dolly Parton, but before that, with the Tony Bennett thing, like the records her dad listened to. Who knows? Either way, you shouldn't be singing this kind of shit until you're like 48. You look like you're 48, but you're not. I'm joking.
I just know. I think it's kind of crazy if you think about how big of a deal her persona was like 7-8 years ago versus now.
I still respect her. She's brilliant. And she just should have worked more with Red One, in my opinion. But I actually like the song.
But is she an artist? Is she an artist? Is she a people's artist? Or is she just like really into herself? You know what I mean? Because
isn't an artist always obviously into his or herself? Isn't an artist if you become successful, don't you become a people's artist? So isn't that?
I mean, yes and no. Like an artist, it's like, oh, I see what you're referencing, la 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 la. But the other artists still like you. Does anybody like Gaga?
Oh, that's not fair.
She doesn't. What's her reputation?
On her first go around, I'm sure everyone liked her. And when she first came out, she was an artist when she first
and a people's artist. Yeah, people loved her back then.
You can't. It's hard. It's
that is exactly like saying like raw chicken that's been in your fridge from 7 years ago is also still good. Like you don't get to shit expires.
What? How did you get to that?
What I'm saying is you're referencing something from 7 years ago. And that's like saying no, it's still good. It's still good. And that's like me saying like, oh, this fucking raw chicken that I found that expired in 2007 it's good. It was good in 2007. It's good now.
Nothing's good forever. So I wasn't referencing that. I'm just saying at one point in her career, she straddled those lines, which is pretty much impossible unless you're like the Beatles. You know what I'm saying? Only the Beatles have successfully done that in an entire career, and maybe even Radiohead.
What do you think? Do you think it was her?
No, I think it's a combination of her and I said it in Red One. I think it's that 50-50.
But why'd she stop working with Red One then?
I don't know. I'm not.
But do you think that was her decision?
I think it was just maybe a lot of times when you do something that becomes that massive, it's like who gets credit for it as opposed to just saying, this is my partner and we get credit for it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not involved intimately in her thing.
Sounds like hubris to me. Sounds like flying too close to the sun.
Either way, it's not. I don't know. I mean, she's good in American Horror Story, so she's got other routes, and she's still gonna sell out stadiums.
Is she?
I hope so.
Is she?
Let's talk about this last Atlanta episode. You know what? So, at the household, we are hooked on this thing. It's a thing that, we don't do that for any other show this season. And I was really excited about this last, I should just open the door and let's ask them what they're talking about. Maybe our fans might want to know. But it was a little too artsy for me. I love the commercials. And then I was like, I don't want to give out anything if you guys haven't seen it.
Dude, it was such a good episode. Well, that's the whole point, is nothing about the show is traditional. Like, that's the craziest point, is this was like an episode in an episode, and it was super meta, and they had like fucking hilarious commercials. The fucking Arizona iced tea commercial.
Amazing. And
fucking
the Mickey's commercial
killed me.
You know what's really funny, if you watch the episode in some weird abstract way, looking at Paperboy on the show, on whatever the dude show was with the female guest.
Montague, was that it? Yeah.
It literally is fucking Stay Woke with Danny being Paperboy, Julie being the unaware, very far from reality abstract
I know they
And
totally watched this show, and that's where they took their references from.
God, it wasn't even going there. But you never know. You never know. But we thought you had fans when we were doing this thing.
Oh, I know I have fans. People love me. The people are with me.
I love the show. It was a bit too abstract. I kind of want. Maybe I'm a bit old school in the sense that I want my lead. I want to see my lead at least for 30 seconds in the episode.
I mean, he was mentioned. Ern was mentioned, but that's the whole point. Is like, who is the lead? Like, I want to feel for all of these characters, and I think the show is doing a really good job of number one, putting you in this Atlanta reality where you see the like fucking bullshit like circuit that Paperboy has to go on, where you see like this crazy host who just like he clearly just wants, and obviously it makes for good TV, for his two contestants to fight, for his two like guests to fight. You know? And I mean, it's super real. Like, you're meant to be immersed in this world. And it really did an amazing job of that. I thought it was brilliant. I think Donald Glover is brilliant. I think I'm also super impressed. Do you know he's like, he has like a 9-month-old kid that he like hasn't mentioned?
Yeah.
Like, the man is impressive. Man is doing a job. Way better than Birth of a Nation. That's what I'll say.
What the fuck? You don't get to comment on our culture, dude.
Of course I do. I'm commenting right now. You can't stop me.
We don't get to comment on Schindler's List. None of, you know what I mean?
What?
Like,
You are literally dressing up as Woody Allen for Halloween. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't know. As an older black man, it was a bit of abstract, but I do love the show, and I'm interested to see the lead character in the next episode, visibly, not mentioned.
I think it's great to have those commercials, especially since it's only on TV.
I like post-trans racialism.
Yo, that was
amazing.
so funny.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's abstract. That's ways to just don't fuck with us. She's a millennial. They're accountable for nothing.
Oh,
they have
my God.
built nothing. They're just consumed. Mm-hmm. What we're talking about is, I like the artsiness of it, but don't just like fuck with us like that. Like,
what, the transracial thing?
No, not just the abstractness of the episode. Spoon feed it next time. Spoon feed.
Man, you're just being old. Shut
Whatever.
up. God,
Spoon
how about
feed.
you fucking how about you set your standards higher instead of wanting a typical boring ass sitcom all the time? Fucking baby.
Don't watch fucking sitcoms.
Then why are you bitching about this not being an average sitcom?
Because it's a really good look for more than just a millennial. It's a really good look for black people. So I'm just like, we're all engaged. We're all enjoying
how
it.
dare a black person be inventive on his own show, on
God.
a show with a predominantly
How
black
dare a
cast?
white woman yell at me about a black person?
I will yell you. I know you. I will yell you
about
for whatever I
about the
want.
culture. About the culture.
My God.
And see, that's that slave owner mentality that's coming in.
Oh my God. My people
Right
didn't
now.
own slaves.
Your people never owned slaves.
My people were slaves. Shut up.
And slaves become slave owners.
Jews were never slave owners.
Not like metaphorically speaking.
What? Shut up, John.
Okay. What are you talking about?
my God.
Let's cue in a nice Dolly Parton song. Maybe Jolene.
Yeah, Jolene would be great. Do you have Jolene?
No,
Amazing.
I actually do have
Do
Jolene.
it. Let's go full country.
Let's go full on Gaga. I'm actually about to play some Dolly Parton. And you keep talking. We should have no problem while I set this up.
What do you want me to say? That Dolly Parton's amazing? That Dollywood actually has given, you know what's funny is Dolly Parton, I have a friend from South Carolina or North Carolina.
I knew you'd find some way to get
who was
lost in
telling me
nothingness.
that Dolly Parton is like a legend because Dollywood, like that whole part of Tennessee was like completely unemployed until Dolly Parton set up Dollywood. I think Dolly's amazing. I think it's incredible that she got plastic surgery in like the 60s. You have to have crazy balls to get plastic surgery in the 60s.
I couldn't find any Dolly fucking Parton, so I'll play some Def Grips. Let's go. Birth of a Nation should have been made into a TV show. It should have been stretched out for 5 seasons. I would have given it 12 episodes per season, 30 minutes, so you see the plight of the black man for 30 minutes only. 30 minutes a week. 30 minutes a week.
I mean, if they had done it well.
5 years. 5 years.
As long as you do anything good and put in fake Arizona iced tea commercials, I'm with it.
You see what I'm saying? Just to separate you from
Do you
fad.
think that like Mickey's and Dodge in Arizona were in on those commercials? Like, do you think that...
They wrote a check?
Yeah.
I think...
Because none of them were like negative.
Yeah. I don't think they were in on it.
Really?
Yeah, because those things, they don't even need any marketing. The marketing is literally like posters in the hood. because that's the only place they're spending out the market.
Arizona.
No, Arizona
is ubiquitous.
It is, but I'm talking about Mickey's. I'm just talking about,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And really, if we really were to go next door, yeah, we probably could. There is a high probability we would catch a Arizona iced tea next door, but
in the gas station, and you know what's going to happen in the gas station? Much like in the commercial, we're going to get one, and it's going to say 99 cents on the fucking can. We're going to go up to the register, and they're going to charge us $1.49, and we're going to be like, but the price is on the can. Because that is the truest and most pure.
Maybe the can should have said 99 cents plus tax.
It doesn't matter what it says on the can. I was disappointed when I found out Arizona iced tea is made in New York.
Oh yeah, it's in Brooklyn, right? It's like a Brooklyn company. Oh, that must really suck for you because it's Arizona. Yeah.
So fuck it.
But that is true. But I'm not buying that they're from Brooklyn. I mean, I'm buying the 99-cent can. So you have to watch, Jason. It's so funny. Well, because we also watched it.
You ever date a black person?
No.
It would be like dating Jean, but with long hair.
the one I haven't gotten around to.
Can you imagine that? Oh my God.
That's funny. I'm like, if I just actually dress like Julie for fucking Halloween, I'll look more like fucking like Woody Allen anyway.
Oh my God, that would be great.
Is there any other tragedies that happened? Yes, Lil Wayne's manager came on the podcast for Elliott Wilson and B. Dot and explained the hold up for Carter 5. I mean, they put out other albums.
Wait, what did the manager say? What did he say?
They didn't have any money to release.
To release the album?
They didn't have any money to advance to release the album, so they just held
Wait, so the album is made. It's
been
done.
made for years, yeah.
Wait, and Cash Money won't pay their advance?
No, they won't. That's what he said.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, so Cash Money is broke?
In a roundabout way.
So, I mean, is Wayne upset that he's not?
I think it's deeper than that. I think it's maybe, I don't know. I'm not there, but I think it's also like album commitments. Like if he puts his album out, he might be free. I'm not sure.
Oh, so you think they're like keeping him on lock?
They're saying, yeah.
Oh, well, so why doesn't he just put it out without the advance then?
His brand is falling, so you might as well let him go. He's done so much for the music business and for that label. I would just let him go to at least resuscitate his brand or rebuild something new. You know what I mean?
But what I don't understand, if he wants out of his Cash Money deal, why doesn't he just put the album out and fuck the advance? Like if it's more important to get the fuck out.
Because your partner has to put the album out. That's what that whole deal is about. And if they don't put the album out, you can't get out, regardless of an advance. You know what I mean?
So it's more than just the advance.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
wow, that's crazy. They're just holding him hostage.
Yeah, they're like ISIS over there.
That's wild.
ISIS with ice. They'll give you ice. They hold you hostage. Is there anything else we want to talk about? Can you be a feminist if your husband or partner is the breadwinner? You still can, right?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, right?
I mean, if anything, you're much smarter.
I mean, it's a belief system. So.
I mean, I just find it interesting.
What made you bring that up?
I was like, if you're a feminist, aren't you like? It's like farm to table, right? Like, am I not supposed to fucking like at least have equity in the farm?
Oh my God.
To expect the products every day before I prepare the meals? So if you're a feminist and I'm asking, and you're standing by these amazing ideals, does that also affect how you feel about income that's coming in that might not be coming in?
I mean, maybe it's more like efficient utilization of time, like if you are married to someone who is like a corporate attorney and is making like millions of dollars a year and you are going to make like $50K a year, maybe it's better for you to... I was going to say just be like a stay-at-home mom.
I think a chicken still lays eggs no matter what kind of pen the farmer puts it in.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's profound. Yeah. But I imagine that is really hard because like I just feel like it's got to be mad boring just like be at home all day and just be like...
I really think part of that is you have to be in a situation where you're fighting for your rights, where you feel abused, to where you go, fuck this, I want equal pay, I want blah, blah, blah. Like a woman that's got access to millions and millions of dollars, just maybe funding a feminist guerrilla organization in like a third world country.
Yo, that would be so amazing.
It's been done before.
Well,
it's called
that's
Jane
like the-
Fonda.
that's like the-
This was, oh, you don't know shit.
Hanoi Jane?
No, it's called Jane Fonda. She used to do that.
That's like the actress that just got arrested out at the
Oh, the
pipeline.
The
chick from Divergent.
yeah. She was Facebook streaming her like whole arrest, right? Yeah.
Real.
Yeah.
That's but that's a
But I
question
was
to ask.
happy
And
to see that though, like somebody not just like talking about it or like posting,
But like actually being there.
actually like it's videos, or
live
actually
streaming from the fire.
She was the only one who got arrested too. She was like, "Am I getting arrested
Yeah.
because I'm famous? Am I getting arrested because I'm famous?" And they were like, "Well, your name was the one that was called out and when the arrest."
So
like,
to wrap things up, I don't think you have to be your financial state determines whether you're a feminist or not. I think your ideals.
we need to have this be a weekly segment. Jean's thoughts on feminism. This needs to be like I'm serious. This needs to be way more regular.
This is amazing.
You know,
And
Jean,
then we
like
should have an interlude.
you should be Gloria Steinem for Halloween.
We should have an interlude that goes Julie's sweaters. And they should all come with a mustache and an afro. All right, you know the drill, motherfuckers. Be safe out there. Have a little fun. And if you're at the desert today at Coachella, enjoy yourself. All right.
Stay hydrated. Use your handicap parking sticker.
Totally. And when we say stay hydrated, we mean with hydrogen and oxygen, not with like sperm. Peace out.